I should have told him to leave her. That's the thought that stays with me, day and night. I should have told Femi to walk away before it was too late. I should have been more forceful, done something to get him out of that situation. But how could I have known? Back then, none of us did. It was easy to miss the signs when we didn't know what we were dealing with. Femi and I grew up together. We were more than friends, practically brothers. So when he met Amina, I knew about it almost immediately. He couldn't stop talking about her. She was beautiful, everyone could see that, but something about her didn't sit right with me, even from the beginning. There was a coldness in her smile, something in her eyes that felt off. I never told Femi that, though. I figured maybe I was just being protective. Maybe I was reading too much into things. He was happy, so I kept quiet. At first, everything seemed fine. Femi and Amina's relationship moved fast, and before we knew it, they were talking about getting married. But even before they tied the knot, Femi started sharing little things that bothered him. "She's not faithful," he told me one evening when we were sitting outside my house. He had that uneasy look in his eyes, the kind you get when you know something's wrong but you can't figure out what to do about it. "She flirts with other men, and when I call her out, she just laughs like it's no big deal. He tried breaking up with her once. I'm not daring you anymore," he told her during an argument. But Amina didn't take him seriously. She just smiled and said he would come back, and, sure enough, he did. They got married not long after, and that's when everything started to change. It wasn't immediate. In fact, it was so gradual that at first, no one noticed. Femi's business, which had always been successful, started to falter. He sold electrical parts, and before Amina, his shop had customers every day. But after the wedding, it was like bad luck followed him around. One month, the deliveries didn't come on time. The next, he lost money because some of the parts he ordered were faulty. Then, one by one, his customers stopped coming. I visited him at his shop once during that time, and it was nearly empty. "I don't understand what's happening," Femi said. "It's like everything I touch falls apart." We all told him it was just a rough patch, that things would get better. But they didn't. His health started to decline too. Femi was always strong, always energetic, but now he looked tired all the time. His skin grew pale, and he was constantly complaining about aches and pains. No matter how much he rested, it never seemed to help. He lost weight, and the light in his eyes began to fade. One night, Femi came to my house late. He looked worse than I'd ever seen him. His eyes were wide, and he was trembling. "Do you believe in curses?" he asked me. I didn't know how to respond. Curses. That was the stuff of old folk tales, not something people like us believed in. But Femi wasn't joking. He was deadly serious. "I think Amina is doing something to me," he whispered. "Ever since I told her I wasn't daring her anymore, everything's gone wrong. It's like she's punishing me." At first, I thought he was just being paranoid. Stress can make you imagine things, right? But then Femi started telling me about strange things that had been happening in his house. He said he'd wake up in the middle of the night and find Amina standing by the window, whispering in a language he didn't recognize. When he asked her who she was talking to, she'd just smile and tell him to go back to bed. "I feel like I'm losing my mind," he said. "Every time I try to confront her, something bad happens. I'll trip and fall, or my food will go bad. It's like she knows exactly what I'm about to do, and she stops me before I can act." It wasn't long after that when Femi discovered the box. He found it hidden in their bedroom, tucked away in a corner. When he opened it, he found bones, feathers, and a piece of cloth with his name written on it in red ink. "What is this?" he asked her, but Amina just laughed. That's when Femi came to me again, more desperate than ever. He showed me the box, his hands shaking as he held it. "I think she's cursed me," he said. "I don't know what to do. I need help." I didn't know what to say. What do you say to something like that? We decided to go to one of the elders in the village, someone who was known for understanding these things. The elder told Femi to burn the box and say some prayers over his house. He gave Femi some herbs to scatter around, but deep down, I could tell Femi didn't believe it would work. I didn't either. Femi did as he was told, but things didn't get better. In fact, they got worse. His business completely collapsed, and his health deteriorated even more. He barely left his house anymore, and when he did, he looked like a ghost of the man he used to be. Then one night, Femi disappeared. His family searched for him everywhere. No one knew where he had gone.